What my lord has granted me is sufficient. I do not need your wealth to build this barrier. All I require is your cooperation and manpower, and I will construct the wall.
Who are Gog and Magog, Yajuj and Majuj? In this video, we try to understand Gog and Magog in great detail. The great trial of Gog and Magog is mentioned in the holy books of Christianity, Islam, and Judaism. All three Abrahamic religions agree on one important point. This great tribulation will appear in the end times. These religious texts also raise important questions. What do Gog and Magog look like? What kind of beings are they? Are they human, non-human, or something else? What actions will they carry out when they appear? Although Gog and Magog are mentioned in all three religions, Islam provides the most detailed description about them. The Quran and Hadith explain who they are, where they were confined, and how their emergence will become one of the greatest signs of the end times. So let us begin this detailed journey to understand Gog and Magog according to Islamic teachings. There was a just and righteous king whom Allah granted immense authority and power on earth. In Islamic tradition, he is known as Dhul Qarnayn. He possessed great wealth and resources, and nothing was lacking in his kingdom. He is also described as a ruler who undertook 3 great journeys across different regions of the world. During one of his expeditions, Dhul Qarnayn reached a place between 2 mountains. There he encountered a community living in that narrow passage. Because Dhul Qarnayn was a noble and virtuous ruler known for his justice and good conduct, the people who lived between the 2 mountains approached Dhul Qarnayn. They said to Dhul Qarnayn, "Gog and Magog repeatedly attack us and spread corruption in our land. Please protect us from them. We are willing to pay you any cost or tribute you demand, but build a barrier between us and them." At this point, an important question arises. Dhul Qarnayn was a powerful king who commanded a vast and well-equipped army. If he wished, he could have easily confronted and defeated Gog and Magog by force. However, when the people requested him to build a wall between themselves and Gog and Magog, it suggests something very significant. Gog and Magog were an extremely dangerous and overwhelming force. Now the people begin to explain to Dhul Qarnayn who Gog and Magog truly are. They described Gog and Magog as beings with a human appearance. Among them are both men and women belonging to different types or groups. One group is described as very tall, yet still human in form. Another group is described as very small in size, ranging from about 1 foot to 3 feet in height, but extremely numerous and far more dangerous. These smaller ones also resemble humans, but their features are terrifying. Their ears are so large that they use one ear as a mattress and cover themselves with the other while sleeping. Their bodies are covered with thick, coarse, dark hair, making it appear as if they neither wear clothes nor footwear. Their fingernails are described as being like the claws of wild beasts, and they consume animals in the manner of predators. Despite all these frightening traits, they still resemble humans in appearance, which makes them even more disturbing. The people further told Dhul Qarnayn that if any one of Gog and Magog dies, they even consume their own dead. They explained that this entire account was being narrated to King Dhul Qarnayn to make him fully understand the danger posed by Gog and Magog. According to them, the favorite food of Gog and Magog is fish. They claimed that when it rains on the other side of the mountains, where Gog and Magog are, fish fall from the sky along with the rain, and Gog and Magog eat them eagerly. However, if fish do not fall for some time, or if the rain is delayed, groups of Gog and Magog emerge in large numbers. When they come out, they destroy everything in their path, whether it is humans, animals, trees, or cultivated lands. Nothing is spared from their devastation. When Gog and Magog advance, they raise terrifying and deafening screams, creating such an overwhelming noise that it feels as if a calamity has descended. A foul stench emanates from their bodies, so unbearable that no one can tolerate it. At their arrival, wild animals flee from forests and humans abandon their homes in fear, running for their lives. To quench their thirst, they drink water in such enormous quantities that entire rivers dry up. Whatever falls into their hands is cut apart mercilessly like carrots, leaving nothing intact. After describing all these signs and horrors, the people pleaded with Dhul Qarnayn, saying, "Please save us from this calamity. Take whatever payment you desire from us, but build a wall between us and them." Dhul Qarnayn replied,
What my lord has granted me is sufficient. I do not need your wealth to build this barrier. All I require is your cooperation and manpower, and I will construct the wall.
With this, Dhul Qarnayn began the work of building the barrier. He instructed the people, "Bring me large sheets of iron." At once, the people abandoned their daily work and began collecting iron sheets. Soon, huge piles of iron were gathered and placed in the gap between the two mountains. Then Dhul Qarnayn said, "Now gather fuel to melt this iron." The entire community became engaged in collecting fuel, forming massive heaps of it. This fuel was prepared to heat the iron sheets that had been stacked like mountains of iron for the construction of the wall. Dhul Qarnayn then commanded, "Set the fuel on fire." An intense and powerful fire was lit, so fierce that the iron sheets, which stood like towering mountains, began to melt and fuse together, forming a solid structure. Dhul Qarnayn then said, "Bring me molten copper." When the molten copper was brought, it was poured over the iron wall. In this way, the construction was finally completed, and an immensely strong and fortified barrier came into existence, so powerful that even Gog and Magog, despite their great strength and numbers, could not breach or cross it. As for where this wall is located today, only Allah knows. By the will of God, it has remained hidden from human eyes. It is said that for every single human being, there are 1,000 from Gog and Magog. Until near the day of judgment, Gog and Magog will remain confined behind this wall. But before the day of resurrection, Allah will cause this barrier to collapse and Gog and Magog will be released. When they emerge, people will be left in shock, their eyes wide with fear, as Gog and Magog will descend from every elevation. There will be no country, no settlement, no street left untouched by their invasion. Wherever they go, they will spread total destruction. Humanity will witness a scene never seen before in its entire history. They will be 1,000 times more numerous than humans. At this point, a question arises. If they are so many in number, what will they eat? Earlier, the same people had told Dhul Qarnayn that when it rains, fish fall from the sky on the side where Gog and Magog live. This indicates that Allah has provided for them abundantly, sustaining even such an enormous population of Gog and Magog. Despite being provided with sustenance by God, this nation continues to spread corruption. Now the narrative moves forward like a story toward the final events. When God releases Gog and Magog, the Great Wall will collapse and they will spread destruction in every direction. Whichever river they pass by, they will drain it completely, leaving it dry. By that time, the appearance of Imam Mahdi will have already taken place, and soon after, Jesus, Hazrat Isa, peace be upon him, will have descended to the world again, and humanity will have become one united religious community under the truth. However, humans will no longer possess the strength to stop Gog and Magog. Hazrat Isa, peace be upon him, will take his followers to Mount Tur, Mount Sinai, for protection. After Gog and Magog have devastated the earth, they will shoot arrows toward the sky. By the command of God, those arrows will return stained with blood, and Gog and Magog will proclaim, "Rejoice, our authority now extends from the earth to the heavens." At that moment, it will seem as if all life on earth, humans, animals, and plants, will soon come to an end. Hazrat, peace be upon him, along with his followers on Mount Tur, will then pray to God to put an end to this great tribulation. God will accept the prayer of Hazrat Isa, and the destruction of Gog and Magog will begin. God will then cause a deadly disease or worm to appear in the necks of Gog and Magog, and as a result, all of them will die at once. So numerous will be their bodies that entire lands will be filled with the corpses of Gog and Magog. Every street, every place, and every corner will be covered with their dead bodies. A horrific stench will spread everywhere, making life unbearable for those who remain alive. After this, Jesus, Hazrat Isa, peace be upon him, will descend from the mountain along with his followers and will pray to God once again. God will then create enormous birds with massive bodies, and these birds will carry the corpses of Gog and Magog and throw them into the seas. When all the bodies have been removed, a powerful rain will fall, washing the earth clean. The land will be restored, becoming pure and fertile once again, just as it was before. Thus, Gog and Magog, Yajuj and Majuj will finally be destroyed, and their great trial will come to an end. This is a reality that will occur before the day of judgment, before the final end of the world. If you liked this video, please like, subscribe, and share. We will meet again with another video. Goodbye.